Hello everyone, this is part 13 of the crochet beginner series where we learn how to make this bag. In this part we're going to be learning the bobble stitch, which is made up of double crochet 3 togethers, which is a new concept. Nothing hard, and it's something that you see in a lot of crochet patterns, especially the crochet star blanket. If you've seen that uses double crochet 3 togethers. There's a lot of different ways that you can make this. You can make it with a lot of bobbles or with a little bit of bobbles, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. So grab your hook and your yarn and we'll get started. We're going to start with our slip knot, taking the tail, wrapping it around your fingers, taking your hook, going under the first side, grabbing the left, pulling through and off your fingers. For the bobble stitch, we need an odd number of stitches. So we're going to chain 15 plus 1 for the turning chain. So 16 chains. Yarn over, pull through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're going to start with a row of single crochets just for a foundation, skipping the first chain and going into the second with a single crochet, and then single crocheting in the next 14 chains. Last chain. And we should have 15 stitches. There are a lot of ways that you could space your bobble stitches. I'm just going to show you a full row of bobbles for the first row, and then I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways that you could space your bobbles. Depending on how much yarn you want to use, you could make less bobbles and still have a similar effect. But we'll do a row of full bobbles. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to single crochet in the first stitch. When you make a bobble, it's going to pop out towards the back, which is actually going to be the front. So this is a right side row, and then the next row will be wrong side. All the bobbles will be made on the right side rows, and all of them will pop out towards the same side. A bobble is made up of double crochets that are condensed at the top. So we've made a cluster of double crochets. 3 double crochets are coming from one spot, and then there's 3 stitches at the top. So 1 stitch at the bottom, 3 at the top. That's called a double crochet 3 cluster. 3 double crochets in one spot. What we're about to make is a double crochet 3 together. It's going to be 3 double crochets converging at the top to make 1 stitch. So in our next stitch, we're going to be placing our double crochet 3 together. So we're going to yarn over like we're making a double crochet, and insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And if you can envision, one more pull through would be 1 double crochet. So this is almost a double crochet right here. We're not going to finish it. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to stick our hook in the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now if you can see, it's almost like there's 2 stitches coming out of there. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch one more time, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now if you can see 3 of these little stitches, and you should have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4, and that creates those 3 stitches into 1 stitch at the top, and it kind of puffs out to the back. In order to make it puff out more, the next thing we'll do is place a single crochet in the next stitch. So we just placed all 3 of those in this stitch. We're going to go right here and place a single crochet. And if we flip it over, you can see that we have a bobble. So now we can go ahead and make another bobble right next to this bobble. Yarn over, insert into your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's the first double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's the second double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. There's all 3 double crochets. Yarn over and pull all 3 of those into 1 stitch. Then find the next stitch and single crochet. Now we have 2 bobbles. So basically we're going to keep doing that all the way down. Bobble, single crochet, bobble, single crochet, bobble, single crochet, bobble, single crochet, bobble, single crochet. I'll show you the bobble one more time. So into this stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2. Our first double crochet leg. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4, and that's a bobble, and then single crochet in the next stitch. And they should be on the opposite side of your work. So I'm going to go ahead and do that the rest of the way down. Bobble, single, bobble, single, bobble, single, bobble, and single. Last bobble. And single crochet in that last stitch. So we have 7 bobbles. With the bobble stitch, you do a bobble row, and then you do a plain row across so that you can get back to the correct side. Otherwise, your bobbles would be on both sides and you only want them on one side. So you have to do a bobble row and then a regular row. You can do any stitch in the regular row. So you could do single crochet if you want the bobbles to be close together. That's what I did for this. This is single crochets and they lay really close together. You can't even really tell that there is a row of single crochets between them. If you want the bobbles to be more spaced, you could do a half double crochet. You could do even a double crochet. I'll show you single crochet. You should still have 15 stitches, 15 teardrops at the top here. So we're going to do single crochets across each of those. So chain 1, single crochet in the first stitch, and in each stitch across the top. And 15. So you could repeat the second row that we did, the row of bobbles, exactly the same. That's going to leave so that your bobbles are in a straight line. If you want your bobbles to stagger, then we have to change it a little bit. So if you want them to sit on directly on top of each other, you would do exactly as that first bobble row. Single crochet in the first, and then bobble, single, all the way to the end. It would look like this. Bobbles directly on top of each other. If you want them to stagger, what we'll do is we'll single crochet in the first stitch and single crochet in the second stitch. And then we'll start and make bobble, single, bobble, single, bobble, single, bobble, single, bobble, single, bobble, 2 single crochets on this end as well. So we're going to make our bobble. So we did our 2 single crochets. Now we're going to make our first bobble. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Did that 3 times. Yarn over, pull through all of them, single crochet. And as you can see, it places it in between the previous round. And then we just literally do the same thing, bobble, single, all the way to the end. And that's what I'll do. That was my last bobble. And you should have 2 stitches left, single crochet and single crochet. So people use this stitch to make letters and cool designs. Like if we wanted to, for the next round, we could do 3 single crochets and it would start to create almost like a Christmas tree of bobbles. If you want it to look like this, you'll just do the first row of bobbles that we did in the video, then a row of single crochet, and then staggered row that we did. And you would just go back and forth to get this look. You can also space your bobbles apart. First we have to do our row to separate them. Our row of single crochets, chain 1, single crochet in each stitch. Making sure that at the end we have 15 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. We're going to start the row kind of like this, but we're going to omit this bobble and make it more holy. And I really want you to play around with this one. So we're going to single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to make a bobble in the next stitch. Then we're going to single crochet. Now usually we would make a bobble in this stitch, but we're just going to single crochet and then single crochet again. And now we're going to make a bobble in this stitch. 2, 3, single crochet. Supposed to bobble here, but we're going to single crochet again, make a bobble, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, last bobble in the second to last stitch, and then single crochet. So now, instead of having a ton of baubles smushed together, we have just 4 baubles. And I think that's a really fun look. So we just did single crochet bobble, 3 single crochet bobble, 3 single crochet bobble, 3 single crochet bobble, single crochet. And you can do any sort of thing like that. You just want to make sure that each bobble has a single crochet after it to allow it to pop. So now I'm going to do a row very similar to that, but we're going to put the bobbles in the middle here. So we're just going to do a row of single crochets to get back to the start. Making sure we still have 15. Okay, so turn, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. That's 3 single crochets. Then we're going to make a bobble. Three more single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Make a bobble. Three more singles. 1, 2, 3. Make a bobble. 1, 2, 3. And 3 more single crochets to finish the row. And that creates more of a polka dot look rather than just like straight up all baubles only. We're going to end up doing 7 rows of baubles. I really want you to play around with your texture and your spacing of your baubles. But like I said, just make sure there's a single crochet at the beginning and at the end, just to create a nice border for when we sew them together. Also, after each bobble, you want to put a single crochet because that's what makes it pop. Other than that, you can do whatever you want. You can do rows of half double crochet in between. But if you do that, you might not need 7 rows. You might only need 6 rows of baubles. Play around with it. I'm going to go ahead and finish my last 3 rows, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to start over and make just rows that are spaced like this. I don't really like the full coverage quite as much. So after you do your last row of baubles, you just want to make sure you finish off with 1 more row of single crochet across the top to give it a nice edge. And here is the bobble pattern that I came up with. So this bobble pattern is 1 single crochet, bobble, single, 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 bobble, single, 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 bobble, single, 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 bobble, single. And then the row of single crochets in the between. And then the second row repeat is single, 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 bobble, single, 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 bobble, single, 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 bobble, single, single, single. And then another row of single crochets in between. And that is the repeat for this block. For this block, it's single bobble, single bobble, single bobble, single bobble, single bobble, single. And then for this second row, it's single, single bobble, single bobble, single bobble, single bobble, single bobble, single, single. That's how you get a more dense bobble. This, you just place more single crochets in between the bobbles for each row. This takes less yarn than a full bobble block, so if you're running out of yarn, you might want to space out your bobbles a little bit more, but that's up to you. When you're done, you're going to chain 1 and cut your yarn 2 lengths of the block, and then pull it through, tighten it, and there's your bobble stitch block. This is a super fun stitch, very 3D. The back is pretty flat and it's not too hard. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crocheting!